If this is bigger pipe, it takes more weight to support, because what really makes it heavy is when you fill that pipe with water. It doubles the weight of a span by filling it with water, approximately doubles it. So if we had a tower, including the weight out here on the wheels on this tower will double when we put water in this unit. So we start with a 2,000 pounds, we put water in it, we got 4,000 pounds on this tower. Now this tower shares, you know, half of this span and half of that span. This pipe, different sizes, anywhere from 4 to 10-inch pipe. The smallest pipe you'll see is 4, the biggest is 10. That I've seen. I suppose you could make it bigger. You know, if you got enough money, they'll make you any size you want. But you better have deep pockets. Becomes economically unfeasible. But the companies have made 4, 4.5, 6, 6 5/8, 8, and 10. The different pipe sizes that are out there, and then there's probably some others. But those are the ones that are common in my world at this point. The towers themselves are a steel structure, and they will have, you know, I kind of drew kind of a funky looking thing here. We'll make it look a little prettier. The tower itself is going to have a way to climb up and down it. And the wheel is going to sit over here. Two wheels. If we look at the end view of this, right at it, that tower is going to have an A-frame look with two wheels on it and the pipe sitting right here. So it's very stable. It can climb relatively steep slopes up to about 15 to 20 degrees. There's a point where you just start spinning out on a lot of soils, and also if it gets too steep, they'll actually flip over backwards. You can get them going up too steep a slope, or occasionally somebody will park a pickup out in the field and it'll just walk right up that pickup and might tip over, might just smash the pickup, or the combine, or the whatever. I've actually seen a guy park a combine right on the wheel track, have a tower come up, walk right up the header, right into the cab of the combine, and just sitting there spinning the tires right in the driver's seat. It just kind of got stalled right there, hung up on the header in the middle of the combine. So you'd never want to park a vehicle on a wheel track. You never know when that thing is going to show up. It might be clear over there in the field, but it doesn't take too long before it's right in your vehicle. So there have been some really strange things happen out there on the farm. These guys are generally tractor tread wheels. They'll have the standard V-notch treads on them like you would see on a tractor so that they get good traction. And you mount the treads one direction on the front and the opposite direction on the back so that you get maximum traction off of one of the wheels whichever way you go, because these are reversible. These machines can go forward, which we always call clockwise, and reverse, which is counterclockwise. That's the standard practice. If we say we want to run the machine in forward, we mean we want to go clockwise. If we want to run reverse, it means we're going to go counterclockwise. Those wheels have different sizes. You can get large floater type tires, wider base. You know, the standard is a truck rim. Tire stands about 3 feet tall and about 8 inches wide. That would be the standard tire. You can get flotation tires that double the width. You can get to the 16-inch wides. You can even get them up to 4-foot diameter. What happens is you're getting more surface area on the ground You know, the idea of the pneumatic tire is to get the maximum footprint at any given instant so that you're not compressing it down into the ground. Here we're always driving across wet soil, and if we have a little narrow tire and it's not very big around, it's going to want to, and it has a 2,000 pounds pressing down on it, it's going to want to sink into the ground. So we're trying to keep it from sinking, so we want to get a bigger footprint. Make that tire wider, make it bigger around. You got more surface on the ground, so your pounds per square inch on that footprint are less by getting a bigger tire. And then what you want to do is drop the air pressure as low as you can without having the tire come off the bead, so that it flattens out, and that gives you even more square inches of surface on the ground. You know, you guys gone up in four-wheel drive in the snow, you drop the pressure in those big flotation tires down to 5 psi or so, and you 5 to 10 pounds of pressure, and you can really get that tire to flatten out, and you can drive over snow on these little four-wheel drives. The more footprint you got, the more stuff you can go over. And so if we have soils that have a tendency to rut very bad, we might have to go to the big flotation tires. Cost more money. You know, you're always looking at the cost factor as to whether or not it's valuable enough to afford it or not.